Hey, listen up. I genuinely hope everybody is paying close attention to what is happening right now, because this is bigger than just content. These videos I am putting out are not just for entertainment purposes. What I am doing here is documenting revisionist history as it unfolds in real time, right in front of our eyes. Now, with that being said, y'all already know exactly what time it is. It is time for our weekly segment, where we gather around and collectively make Drake out to be the victim of everything. And hold up. Because 3 weeks ago, we had J. Cole come out and say on record that there was an entire coordinated campaign operating against Drake.
Pick a side, boom, boom. And I felt like the nigga that was like disgusted both ways, damn near. You know what I mean? So when you say, did it get out of hand? It's like, creatively, that's not my place to say.
Right.
But I think the out of hand that I think is like, to me, is like disgusting how people try to use that opportunity, either show how they really felt about Drake the whole time,
right,
or just like pile on
that's a fact.
and tear this dude down and like create a narrative as if he's not great. It was a whole campaign and probably still is to this day.
Right.
So on one hand, it's like, yo, I feel weird and they're gonna make headlines out of this. Just like when I see Kendrick get the moment he had, the pop out, the stadium, the Super Bowl,
the Grammys.
I'm like, I'm just as proud of this nigga as I was when I knew him back then. But I also hate that for Drake. And I hate how the world turns on him. And simultaneously...
Then last week, The Game came out and made the wild claim that hip-hop as a genre is down a full 50% simply because Drake is no longer putting out music. And that statement sounded absolutely unhinged to anyone paying attention. Because everybody with working eyes and ears knows Drake has been extremely active and consistently dropping records this entire time. But because those records are not hitting and sticking the way they used to back in his prime, somehow the entire genre gets held responsible for his decline. And that logic alone tells you everything about where some of these narratives are coming from. Now fast forward to this week and hold up, because we got Boosie entering the conversation. And it looks like following that heated back and forth with DJ Vlad, Boosie has officially taken his talents to a completely different platform and sat down for an interview with Jason.
Annihilation of his, it's been an annihilation of his brand, of his music. How would you describe what you've seen with Kendrick and Lamar and Drake?
I don't like what they did to Drake, bro. I'm a fan of Kendrick, I'm a fan of Drake. But I don't like what all these artists, how they left this man hanging. Since I've been home, I sit in prison and watch this man boost people's careers. Didn't have to do it, bro. And for everybody to just look the other way, like...
Where's Future at? They had a double album and a tour.
For everybody to just look the other way, like, so this nigga put money in a lot of people's pockets.
Right.
Like,
how do you describe
what
it?
artists from the... I don't know what artists from the States has did that for other people in the States. Nobody. I'm a Scorpio. I would be hurt. If I was that nigga, I would be hurt. And the fucking pity the fool, the joke's on him if he go back to them niggas.
But you know he's going back.
If he bro, they part of the reason them bullet holes in your shirt smoke.
Wait, he wore that?
I saw the bullet holes smoke.
But the joke is still on him though, isn't it?
Oh man. You genuinely have to love it, y'all, because the narrative being pushed here is truly something special. You have to love how people are out here painting Drake as this innocent victim who was just sitting quietly minding his own business when Kendrick Lamar and a collection of other rappers suddenly attacked him out of nowhere for absolutely no reason. Like I told you earlier in this video, this is revisionist history operating at its absolute finest and most shameless level. Because everybody remembers Drop and Give Me 50. Everybody remembers Drake and his crew members actively taunting and provoking Kendrick Lamar to come out and respond with a record. This man voluntarily and enthusiastically engaged in a rap battle on his own terms. None of his friends put a gun to his head and told him to do it. Now, this was a battle Drake personally chose to jump into with both feet. This was a battle Drake genuinely believed he was going to win convincingly, and above everything else, this was a battle that Drake got himself into completely on his own free will. So why on earth would you sit back and expect other artists to come rushing in to fight battles that he created for himself? And secondly, and this is the question that really needs to be asked out loud, what exactly did Drake do to all those artists around him for none of them to show up and back him up when it mattered most? Because that question was sitting heavy on a lot of people's minds, including mine. Like, where was Lil Wayne when things got real? What happened to Block Boy JB? Where did Nicki Minaj disappear to? And somebody please tell me where Lil Twist and Jay Mills were hiding, because not one of them dropped a single hot 16 bars defending Drake throughout any of this. And here is the reality check that people need to hear. Just because someone gave you a feature on a track does not mean they are locked in and obligated to ride for every single questionable decision you make. That is not friendship. These people are not showing up to your 4th of July cookout. They are not coming over for Christmas dinner. This was a business arrangement and nothing deeper than that. And honestly, I still cannot wrap my head around the fact that it has been 2 full years and people are genuinely still not over this battle. Every single week without fail, somebody has a brand new angle or a fresh take to throw into the conversation like it...
My real friends are definitely in the building. But I'm going to tell you, you're going to come to a point in life where people you thought were friends or people you thought were close to you, they might switch up, they might try to move funny with you, they might stab you in the back, they might do a lot of things to you. You'll come to that realization. Wherever you're at in life, you've probably been there and you'll be there again. That's how life is. But look, sometimes it's you and you alone by yourself. Sometimes it's you alone with your thoughts. Sometimes you...
And let me ask you this one simple question that nobody wants to answer honestly. If the roles were completely reversed and one of Drake's close associates was the one engaged in that whole situation, do you genuinely believe Drake would have stepped forward and gotten personally involved to defend them? Absolutely not, and everybody already knows that answer deep down. At some point, we have to get completely real about exactly what and who we are out here defending, because the loyalty is not being returned in the way people want to pretend it is. Drop everything you are thinking.
They did to Drake, bro. I'm a fan of Kendrick, I'm a fan of Drake. But I don't like what all these artists, how they left this man to hang. Since I've been home, I sit in prison and watch this man boost people's careers. Didn't have to do it. Didn't have to do it, bro. And for everybody to just look the other way, like...
where's Future at? They had a double album and a tour.
For everybody to just look the other way, like, so this nigga put money in a lot of people's pockets.
Right.
Like,
how do you describe
what artists from the... I don't know what artists from the States has did that for other people in the States. Nobody. I'm a Scorpio. I would be hurt. If I was that nigga, I would be hurt. And the fucking pity the fool, the joke's on him if he go back to them niggas.
But you know he's going back.
If he bro, they part of the reason them bullet holes in your shirt smoke.